He wrote poems for his daughters, as he did for his wife. Here is a poem for his youngest. Adventures of Isabel. Isabel met an enormous bear. Isabel didn't care. The bear was hungry. The bear was ravenous. The bear's big mouth was cruel and cavernous. The bear said, Isabel, glad to meet ya. How do, Isabel? Now I'll eat ya. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She washed her hands and she straightened her hair up. Then Isabel quietly ate the bear up. Once, in a night as black as pitch, Isabel met a wicked old witch. The witch's face was cross and wrinkled. The witch's gums with teeth were sprinkled. Ho, ho, Isabel, the old witch crowed. I'll turn you into an ugly toad. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She showed no rage and she showed no rancor. But she turned the witch into milk and drank her. Isabel met a hideous giant. Isabel continued, self-reliant. The giant was hairy. The giant was horrid. He had one eye in the middle of his forehead. Good morning, Isabel, the giant said. I'll grind your bones to make my bread. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She nibbled the zwieback that she always fed off, and when it was gone, she cut the giant's head off. Isabel met a troublesome doctor. He punched and he poked till he really shocked her. The doctor's talk was of coughs and chills, and the doctor's satchel bulged with pills. The doctor said unto Isabel, swallow this, it will make you well. Isabel didn't worry. Isabel didn't scream or scurry. She took those pills from the pill concoctor, and Isabel calmly cured the doctor. Children's party. May I join you in the doghouse, Rover? I wish to retire till the party's over. Since 3 o'clock I've done my best to entertain each tiny guest. My conscience now I've left behind me, and if they want them, let them find me. I blew their bubbles, I sailed their boats, I kept them from each other's throats. I told them tales of magic lands. I took them out to wash their hands. I sorted their rubbers and tied their laces. I wiped their noses and dried their faces. Of similarities there's lots twixt tiny tots and Hottentots. I've earned repose to heal the ravages of these angelic-looking savages. Oh, progeny playing by itself is a lonely little elf. But progeny in roistering batches would drive St. Francis from here to Natchez. Shunned are the games a parent proposes. They prefer to squirt each other with hoses. Their playmates are their natural foemen, and they like to poke each other's abdomen. Their joy needs another's woe to cushion it, say a puddle and someone littler to pushing it. They observe with glee the ballistic results of ice cream with spoons for catapults, and inform the assembly with tears and glares that everyone's presents are better than theirs. Oh, little women and little men, someday I hope to love you again, but not till after the party's over. So give me the key to the doghouse, Rover. Nash was, as I said, a shy man. And now and then, though, he broke out a little, as in this incident related by his biographer, Douglas M. Parker. Quote, the star attraction at the rodeo was a cowboy and his wife and young son, who were given an introduction that proclaimed, this is Monty Montana, who is a great example to American young men and young women. He has never smoked a cigarette. He has never touched liquor. Before the announcer could say the next line, Ogden's voice rang out from the bleachers, and that little boy is adopted. Tableau at twilight. I sit in the dusk, I am all alone. Enter a child in an ice cream cone. A parent is easily beguiled by the sight of this coniferous child. The friendly embers warmly gleam. The cone begins to drip ice cream. Cones are composed of many a vitamin, My lap is not the place to vitamin. Although my raiment is not chinchilla, I flinch to see it become vanilla. Coniferous child, when vanilla melts, I'd rather melt it somewhere else. Exit child with remains of cone, I sit in the dusk, I am alone, muttering spells like an angry druid, alone in the dusk with the cleaning fluid. Much as he loved children, he was not above putting other people's in their place, at least in verse, as in, to a small boy standing on my shoes while I am wearing them. Let's straighten this out, my little man, and reach an agreement, if we can. I entered your door as an honored guest. My shoes are shined and my trousers are pressed. And I won't stretch out and read you the funnies, and I won't pretend that we're Easter bunnies. If you must get somebody down on the floor, what in the hell are your parents for? I do not like the things you say, and I hate the games that you want to play. No matter how frightfully hard you try, we've little in common, you and I. The interest I take in my neighbor's nursery would have to grow to be even cursory. And I would that performing sons and nephews were carted away with the daily refuse, and I hold that frolicsome daughters and nieces are ample excuses for breaking leases. You may take a sock at your daddy's tummy, or climb all over your doting mummy, but keep your attentions to me in check, or sonny boy, I'll wring your neck. A happier man today I'd be, had someone rung it ahead of me. This best loved of American poets and most popular American literary humorist since Twain continued his essays in verse to the end, his pleasure now most often found in the company of his grandchildren. For Nell, on her birthday, September 16th, 1966. Roses are red, money is green. I'm 64 and you're 14. I might send you roses, sweet, scented, and sunny, but you cannot spend roses the way you spend money. So accept the small gift with your usual poise, and pick out a dress to bowl over the boys. He never had an office in his house to write in, preferring to sit in the living room, surrounded by life, by wife and in-laws, children, grandchildren, and dogs. The dog. The truth I do not stretch or shove when I state that the dog is full of love. I've also found, by actual test, a wet dog is the lovingest. Grandpa is ashamed. A child need not be very clever to learn that later, dear, means never.